Hey guys, Mojo here with a new video. And I had originally recorded a intro for this video yesterday. Uh, However, upon further review, my audio did not work in that video, and I already did all the farming. So you get to skip the intro, and which is usually just a rant, and you get to see the results. So the test was reporting. So you might be wondering what reporting I mean. I mean explore scouting reports. Uh, so for those of us unfamiliar with scouting reports, they are Kirac missions, and they help you reroll his mission. So you would like right click this, boom, and then his inventory changes. Now this is cool for like two reasons, right? I spent maybe, I don't know, I think a divine worth. I bought like 250 chaos worth of like reports. This was, I only had like 70 or 80 missions for Kirac. It was not to like one for one the entire time, but just to see um what we get out of it, right? Um so I did not do actually all like 80. I did like maybe 70ish, and then maybe less actually, because I gave a few Untainted Paradises that got rolled to a buddy of mine's. Just free experience, like why not? He needed to level up some gems, I think, so I just gave it to him. Um, but we're gonna say a divine in investments, and we I don't know did the maps, and this is what we got. Now this might not seem like a lot, but let's just say we did a divine, right? So, oops, sorry. So we did divine. About 70. So I did actually right. So we did about 70 maps roughly, and this is what we got. Now, it might not look like a lot, but if you look at like let's say one of these Elder Slayers, right? Um, that's 22 chaos, and each one of the scouting reports, if I have any left, which I don't, are like half a chaos. So it means if I had rolled on this map, gotten a single Guardian map, I would have gotten for half a chaos a 22 chaos map. So already profits, right? Because then after you beat him, you get his his crest. His crest is then worth 15 chaos. So you might be wondering what the difference is. Well, one, when you beat any of the Elder Slayers, I believe they still have a chance of dropping um, an Awakened gem. They have a chance of dropping a divination card that lets you get a bottle of faith. They also have a chance of dropping Justified Ambition. I believe that's a drop from any of the Guardian stuff, maybe. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really looked into it, but I got one from them. Along with like other things, right? But mainly, you're getting the crest. So we're gonna judge mainly our profits on this and any free maps we get. Now the maps that we get are either dropped from fighting a guardian, so we can kill Baron and get another Baron map, or get another Redeemer map, or get a Hunter map, or any of the Shaper maps, right? Or any of the Elder maps. And then vice versa, any of these guys can drop any of these guys, and any of these guys can also drop a Twisted Distant Memory map or a Synthesis map of any kind. But that's not where we got this from, so that's neither here nor there at the moment. Point is, you can kill them and you get more maps, and you use those maps to get more of these fragments. The other thing that happens is his inventory resets, and then after you complete the map, his inventory resets, and you can go ahead and buy. For example, I got lucky and I got one of these guys. So then we can run that. You get a chance at a really nice ring. I think Twisted gives you this. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. So we can run this, or he will sell one of these matches. I believe I got one of these and one of these from like him. So we buy those for like 8 chaos. So now we're up like 14 chaos. And essentially it's just like one big chain of events. So then after we do that, we come back over here And then there's also a chance that once you do one of his missions, his next inventory will have a guardian map in there. So now you don't even have to roll. You just go in there and do another map. So that's the long and short of it. Now this is I like it because well, I don't consider myself a casual player. I don't do big map juicing where I don't know, every map of mine is like a divine and a half just to run it. Like I don't do big map juicing like that. Usually just get on and just do things, right? So I want to show you the profits for this map. So we're going to grab a tab, boom, save profile, take a snapshot. There we go. So this tab is worth a grand total of let's try to pull up my game, but trying to overlap it. Hold on. So this tab, there we go, is worth 3.87 divines. Now you can spec into Kirac and not spend a dime, or be dumb like I did and just buy a bunch of scouting reports to see what happens, right? So on one divine we made almost 4 divines worth of stuff out of this. And in fact, I'm gonna say we made 4 divines because it doesn't really include everything. So my circle of fear is only valued at 10 chaos, and it does not have these boots in there. This is another reason why I want to talk about it, is so when you kill them, you also have a chance of dropping their influence items. And these boots are, if you look at them, worth an alchemy, right? But then we just look at the base item. I'm looking at 100 base, item level 85, boom. We're looking at 10, 20, 30 chaos, right? So we can add another 30 and up our price there. The other thing, this is valued at 10 chaos. If we put on, take off elemental resistances, and we just put on spell damage per power charge, that automatically puts this ring at like 25 chaos. So just that stat alone, right? And then we put on increased cold damage while affected, and it says the divide. Now I'm gonna value this ring closer to probably like 50 chaos, right? So this is like 70 chaos that's not really accounted for right here. And there are some interesting things that we can get with like rings like this. Like this base is worth 5 chaos, but we don't really care about that. It's the fact that what can you roll on this. Now this is just, I don't know what you can actually roll on the Redeemer that would be helpful for minions on this. This is just kind of to show you that there are influence items that you can get that maybe you're hard pressed to find, maybe you want to craft. I think there is like Crusader rings. Yes, sorry. Crusader and Shaper rings, for example. So one of the stats I really enjoyed for, let's say, my Forbidden Rite Assassin was gain life per enemy hit with spells. You only get that from Shaper, you get that from a Crusader. So I only say these two items just to show you that, and to show you that either they can be overvalued or undervalued. This would never sell for 5 chaos as a base. I'm not even gonna bother with it. But you could have hit something that did have it. Oh, another thing that can drop from them that I got unlucky on was their exalted orbs, and they're worth like, you know, a few chaos here and there. You can use them to, you know, influence things like I don't know, like a Blizzard Crown, for example. Yeah, that's the scatter report stuff that I wanted to show you. So we made about like 4 divines there. Now the other thing, I can't really show you a tab for it. All I can tell you is that I have 2 awakened spell cascades. I've never seen a divine altar. I have never seen any huge altar drop. The majority of my currency has come either from my underground seas, which is probably what got the first one. No, I'm gonna say Underground Seas got my gear for the most part. And like supplied my my SRS build that I was using at the time. Anyway, but these, if we look, if we price check them, 17 chaos. Well, that's for like a level 3. So we're gonna say like I paid 16 chaos for both of these. Not so 32. 32 chaos, 16 divines per skill gem. So we spent 32 divines to get an Awakened Spell Cascade. Now the majority of that came from reverse incursions. So what's a reverse incursion? That's Alva. So normally when you spec into Alva, or you do Alva missions, there is she stands there. So say this way Guardian, or whatever. This way Exile, and she'll open up a portal. You go into a portal, and then you kill the things in there, and you decide what room you're going to upgrade or what, right, for the temple. Now the reverse incursion, it's just a memory that you'll pop on your map. So normally I'll come down here. I will normally do either Strand or Crimson Temple. My Strand lately has been going up into like the left when I really wanted to go like Strand to Crimson to like Museum to like Shore, right? That's normally what I want. Normally if I click on Crimson Temple, I'll go to the right, hit Museum, go to Shore, and then I'll end up on Silo. It doesn't matter which one you do. We'll go here. Hey, it went the way I wanted to. Okay, that was fine. So when we go there, now she'll show up on the map, and instead of opening up a portal, the monsters just come filling out in waves, right? Which is fine, which is great for me because I don't like going into the portals anyway. Now the reason that this is important is that if we then go talk to her, one, you get 100% increased experience on T16 maps, so a great way to level up. Two, again, the monsters are coming out, so you don't have to go in there, so you don't have to really like stop to run around inside of the map. The monsters just come out, you just stand there and just kill everything that comes out. But the more important thing is that line right there that says Incursion architects have a 50% chance to drop an additional rare incursion item. Now, incursion item can be anything. It can be a weapon, it can be jewelry, helmet, boots, glove, any piece of equipment. What I look for are gloves. I don't know if I have any here. No, okay. All my big ones are sold already, and they sell for anywhere between a divine to like 3. I sold one for like 5 divines. It all depends on what drops. So one that sold for 5, I don't have any more for. Okay, here's one. Okay, I probably need to relook at this one. So the incursion modifier that's on here is the cold resistance with increased damage against chilled enemies. That's the incursion modifier. If we price check it, you can see right there. That's the incursion modifier. So we're gonna take off the life. We're gonna keep the resistances on there because those can be hard. We know we can take off the invasion. Boom. So we're looking at like, so this one I have a little overpriced, but then you click on like projectile attack damage, and now we're like at 1 and 2 divines. But we probably need to reevaluate and probably price it down instead of a divine, maybe like 100 chaos, right? Anyway, so this is how I've been making my currency. It does require a little bit of legwork. So this one does require you to have like a price checker or go through the tedious task of opening up trade, having the window, and pricing it that way. I recommend just having a price checker, right? We have a few things in here. You can also get some boots. And you can see here the modifier that is an incursion is the haven't been hit recently. These are pretty nice. They have lots of resistances, speed. Newton, hey, it's okay. Sorry, dogs. 5. You can see that's the incursion modifier. These are like 10k. Just that you put on a spell suppress, and then it goes up. So these are probably overpriced now. It all depends. Maybe other people are doing what I'm doing. Who knows? but then we have some cheap ones. So like the shocked enemy ones don't sell that great for high chaos, but they sell for like 50 or less. And I'm not gonna complain about 30, 40 chaos here or there. Um, I love it, right? But this is how I made a majority. So you know, I was flat broke. I already sold like maybe 3, 4 gloves, got 7 divines back for it. I probably even underpriced them. I could probably make more, but I just want to get rid of it as fast as possible. You almost will always win, and the reason why is because these memories cost about 5 chaos. So 5 chaos. I just sell 1 glove for 20. I've paid for 4 of these, and then we are in the positive, right? And those are my 2 strategies I want to share today. Not much on the video. Sorry about the dogs barking. I do apologize. But you know, I have these sitting here at 20 chaos. I don't care that they sit in my inventory there. That's fine. They're gonna sell. I've sell plenty of the ones at 20 chaos. Like that's the majority of what you find. But sometimes you'll find one like I did that has spell suppression on there, along with life and some resistances. You know, just really hit the nuts, and then be able to sell it for like 7 divines, like I did for its 1. I think that was my highest one, was like 7 divines, maybe 6. And also while you're doing that, you might find more memories, or you'll find, like I did, another, you know, Ironheart memory, or memory of the Harvest Beast. Whatever you want to do, right? But that's my little thing I wanted to share. Like I said, I'm not a casual player, but I also don't like, you know, super juicing. I like finding little things that just kind of help me explore the game, right? And I also just enjoy finding, you know, ways to help people make currency that doesn't require, you know, 10 divines or a divine per map, or whatever ridiculous amount some of these users do. Because I don't do things like that, and I will feel terrible if I do 1 map that costs that much and I get nothing back. So yeah, this is a nice little cheap way to make some currency, especially if you're hurting for some cash. Oh, and the other thing you can do with the scouting reports, you can sell everything the way it is, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is run these maps, right? Get more fragments, and then immediately go run some shapers. Go run some Cyrus, and go run especially some Elder, and then hopefully get some Watcher's Eyes, which I found several Watcher's Eyes this league. They're pretty common this league, surprisingly, right? And sell those for a couple of divines. Like I found a Hatred one I sold for 2.5 divines, something like that. So it's not just fragments that you get, right? You can get, you know, you can use those fragments to go run the boss. But if you're not comfortable running bosses, you just sell the fragments. Don't spare yourself the currency loss. Or you're really bad at bossing like I am, and then you use these to go practice on the bosses because you made your money back anyway with the rest of the stuff. So maybe you really get better at the Elder, sell everything else, and then just save these for boss practicing. And I think this is a great way to practice a lot of the pinnacle bosses, right? Or if you still need to do your feared, which I haven't done, you can save the fragments up and knock out your fear that way without having to buy all the fragments. Or you beat the Shaper and the Elder, you get their Uber Elder fragments, right? And then you save them up and do the Uber Elder or sell it off. Doesn't really matter. The choice is yours. But that's about it. Yeah. And also, you can see I have included in currency. While doing this, I did find like 2 divines on the ground, and like maybe like 10 chaos and a bunch of other currency, you know, while doing it. I think I found like 2 exalts, but I used them trying to craft and bricks. Don't judge me. Okay. Don't look at it. Yeah, so yeah, that's really all I want to talk about. Hopefully this video didn't go too long. Hopefully I didn't rant too much, because I have a very, very, very bad time of doing that. And hopefully the dog's barking didn't bother you too much. Sorry about this little one in my lap. Just really close to the mic. Yeah, so that's all I had for you. So we had included that. I made 6-7 divines off of spending a divine just to see what the rolls would be. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention, I'm sorry, I did forget something. Dante Paradise, like I said, I found like 20 some of those rolled. Putrid Cloister was one. And that's another way I got like Skin of the Chosen and Dying Anguish, the Hoarder, and the Saint's Treasure. That's how I got those. I got 2 like Twisted and Distant or whatever memories. And I also got 2 Cortex maps, which is nice because, as we all know, Cortex dropped the Ball of Faith. And that's like a 3 divine map that you just get a shot at, right? And again, it's just another great way to practice on a boss. So you can get Cortex maps. It is a possible roll you can get from rolling Explorer maps, or because they are corrupted, use the Wall Scouting Reports instead of the Influence one, or the singular one. So the singular Scouting Report is probably the easiest way. However, they're cost like 10 chaos a pop. Just grab the Vol Scouting Report. It is a corrupted map, so it has a chance of rolling any of the memory maps. And the Vol maps cost like half a chaos also. Yeah, so do that. Great way to find maps. Great way to just do something different. That doesn't require you investing. Maybe you're low on currency. Maybe you want to try to get some Guardian maps and not pay 20 chaos a pop. These are so common while you're rolling the scouting reports. Or if you want to take a gamble like I do on the memories, you can knock out the memories. Oh, and the other cool thing about the memories that I forgot to mention, if you don't know, you can chisel them. And you can alchemy them. And then after you throw the alchemy on there, you cannot put scarabs, you can't put fragments or anything like that. And that's it. You activate. Then you go run the map. And that's what I'm about to do. So I'm going to catch you guys later. And go like hunting. Peace.